Okay, hi everyone. I'm just going to give it a minute for everybody to kind of file in. And so while we're waiting for everyone to file in, if you guys could do a sound check for me and just let me know if you guys can hear me okay, and just let me know up in the chat, that would be awesome. I would also love to know where you're joining me from. You can hear me, Debbie? Okay, perfect. And can you hear the music? Just that little tiny bit in the background? Yeah? Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay. So tonight we get to talk about my favorite topic. We get to talk about angels. And I have so many angel stories for you guys, and just awesome, amazing ways for you guys to be able to tune in, hear your angels on a whole different level. Before I jump into the class, I want to hear where you guys are joining me from, and I'll tell you why. Let me just see the chat. Okay, so Texas, Angie's from Texas, that's amazing. Sonia, Toronto, Ottawa, Calgary, Ghost Lake, Sutton, Ontario. Steve, that's awesome that you're in the house. Rosalie from my hometown, Calgary. Thank you guys so much for joining in tonight. Saskatchewan, so we got Canada almost covered. We do have Canada covered because we've got two people. Brandon also is in Ontario. So we literally, when we do this work, when we go into our meditation and call in our angels and call in that highest power, we're doing grid work. Think of yourself as a pillar of light that goes all the way up to the cosmos and connects with the quantum field. And so the more people we have doing it, whether it's across a country or across a continent and a globe, we literally connect in that quantum field and amplify the energy when we do it together, when we intentionally come together to heal or to connect. And so I thank you guys for joining me all the way from Texas and Illinois, everywhere. It's just beautiful to see where everyone is joining in from. The other reason why I asked too, oh my God, Elsa, Germany. Wow, that is amazing. See what I mean, you guys? And I truly believe that, if you're called to watch these or be a part of classes like this, and I also do a monthly prayer circle on YouTube, free of charge. I believe that prayers should absolutely be free. So I do a guided meditation once a month as well on my YouTube channel, Patricia Monna Intuitive Consulting. I think my next one maybe May 24th. It should be on my website as well as in my newsletter. But the reason why I love doing those is because, just like what it says in the Bible, when two or more are gathered in my name, that's where I am found. I truly believe that we all carry a huge team of angels and guides and ancestors that have been here and know the system, and so we can use and build upon that wisdom that comes from the cosmos and amplify that energy, amplify that wisdom and knowledge throughout the world. And it's interesting because before COVID, I never would have been doing this stuff. I wouldn't have, all my classes were in person. And so I think of the blessings of the past couple years for me, it's been being able to get to know you, all the other people that are on the other side of this screen, and your angels and your guides, and working together with you in tandem so that we can create a higher timeline, a greater reality. And before I get into the class tonight, I just wanted to say, you guys, we have jumped timelines. We've jumped timelines. In the past few weeks, if you'll notice, the energy is different. You'll start to feel yourself shift from the inside out, each and every one of us, because we're going to react to this higher timeline or this new energy in a different way, each and every one of us. So you may have been feeling more tired or exhausted to your core, even though you're not doing much more. You may have felt foggy brained or up and down on an emotional roller coaster. That's your system acclimating to the new energy that's coming in. And so be kind to yourself right now. Congratulate yourself for making it through such a quantum leap, because that's exactly what we've done. We've jumped timelines in a massive way. One of the things that Spirit pointed out to me when I was going, okay, well, how do I show people in the 3D that we've jumped timelines? And what I heard was, check your clocks. Check your clocks. Go around the house and look at your clocks. You'll notice that they're all off. They might be off by a minute or 5 minutes, but your clock is not telling the same time as it was a couple weeks ago. And even the ones that are plugged in, you know, that the ones should hold their time. It's not a battery issue, you know, that's dying. Even those ones are off. So yeah, check your clocks, you guys. You'll see for yourself that we've jumped timelines. Technology sometimes has a hard time keeping up with the quantum field. So just my little 2 cents before we get started. So tonight, I want to introduce you to your angels. Angels are very, very, very real as you and I are. They're not a concept. They're just in a different field of existence, a different field of energy. And if you think about it, you know, we're so used to the tangible. If we can't see it, touch it, taste it, smell it, it's not there. No. It is by grace you are saved through faith. It even says it in the good book, you know, and it is our faith that will connect us closer and draw that relationship with the divine closer to us. It's your faith. So if your faith is floating this big, well, guess what? It says the faith of a mustard seed can move mountains, right? So tonight, I want to provide the sacred space for you to have an experience so that you can build on your faith, so that you know for sure who's walking with you. You know their names. You know their vibration. You know what color belongs to them. Because each and every angel, each and every person has an angel, but not just one. There are many different realms of beings and of angelic beings that walk with us at different times when we call on them. So our first line of defense is our guardian angels. I truly believe that guardian angels are assigned to us before we even get here. They know us, they've taught us, they've walked with us and protected us long before we even got here. They're assigned to us. They are our best spiritual friend on this realm, right? And so where are they? If they're always around, how do they make their presence known? Well, one thing that I know from being a psychic medium is that when it comes to this stuff, it feels a lot like you're having a conversation with yourself. It feels like you're making it up in your head, that you're using your overactive imagination. So go with it, you guys. Allow yourself to imagine the most beautiful being that you have ever tuned into, that you've ever met. And trust me, they will appear, right? Ask and ye shall receive. It's all there. It's how many of us take the time on a daily basis to ask and actually ask our angels to walk with us, to guard, guide, and protect us. How many of us ask? And if you don't ask, they can't intervene. That's the number one rule with angels in this realm, is that unless they are invoked, unless they are asked for their presence to be right there to help us, they're not allowed to intervene. Even if they want to save us from ourselves, you know, they are not allowed. They're simply not allowed. Unless it is to save our life, then that's a different story. But if it's to save ourselves from a lesson, they can't intervene unless we ask for their intelligence and their wisdom and their knowledge and their protection. So one of the first things that I do every day when I get up is I will literally put my hands in the air, and I don't know how many psychics will say this, but I will. I pray every day. I start my day in prayer. And I just raise my hands and I say, Lord, use me as an instrument of your peace. Show me how to help people, how to raise them up. Allow my words to resonate deep within them. Give me the words to say to change lives. And it just comes. It does. I also ask my hands, or ask God to ignite my hands. Use my hands, use me, use my body, use my voice. Use me to do your work. Put me in direct alignment with the people that are ready to have a life-changing event, right? Use my hands to heal so that everything I touch is lifted, is healed. And then I go to work, and then I do my work. And the one thing I noticed is that when I don't say that little prayer, that little activation prayer, it doesn't come as easily as when I do. So if you can get yourselves into the habit of saying a prayer, ask the Almighty God to help you, to work through you, to put you on divine time, not our time, divine time. And you watch the miracles start to line up. When you do, it's leaning into faith. It's knowing that at every single minute of your day, you're operating in divine time, totally divine time. And just for people who don't understand how divine time works, let me explain, okay? There are a couple really good movies that get the premise of what I'm talking about. One is called The Butterfly Effect. Even though it's a little bit of a thriller, which I don't like that aspect of it, when you watch the movie, you'll understand how everything is interrelated. And it is always in divine time when you begin to see how miraculous divine time actually is. So, The Butterfly Effect, Inception, I think that's the one where it's like a dream within a dream. That kind of operates on divine time as well, or the premise of it. But I think that one of the biggest examples of divine time that I know is a reading actually I did about 7 years ago. This September I think is 7 or maybe 8 years. It's been a while. But I had this man walk into my office, never met him before in my life. And I took one look at him, I said, "You got into a car accident this morning, didn't you?" And he was like, "Yes, I did." And I said, "Yeah, you hit your soulmate. You better phone her." And he looked at me like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that." And he says to me, he goes, "That's so crazy because we were flirting over the carnage. She was really hot, but I don't believe in soulmates. What makes you say she's my soulmate?" So I go back in and I look, and this is what I'm talking about with divine time, you guys. So he goes up and down the aisles in Safeway. He was coming out of the Safeway parking lot when he hit her. And so when I see him in the store, I could literally see what aisles he was going up and down. I could even see the milk in his cart and the cheese. And then I see him go to the produce aisle. And you know how they'll have the really nice displays of apples and oranges and stuff that go like this? Well, the green peppers were in the triangle like this on the display. And so he bumps the display case with his cart. One green pepper falls to the ground. And so what does he do? He bends down, picks up the green pepper, puts it back, and just keeps going. So I reiterate this to him, and I ask him, I said, "Is this what happened?" And his jaw was on the floor. He's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that." And I was like, that's how I know you hit your soulmate, because an accident happens in the split of an eye, right? Had he not dropped the green pepper, bent down, picked it up, and put it back, he never would have hit her. He would have been 2 seconds forward, 2 seconds back, but he never would have been exactly where he needed to be in order to hit her. Had anything been different, had he gotten, I don't know, Coke instead of milk, would he still have hit her? This is the stuff that keeps me up at night, you guys. Honest to God. Because I look back and go, I saw that so clearly. Had anything been different, he never would have hit her. They're still together. I read for both of them at least 1 to 2 times a year. So, and then I think to myself, okay, so back then I was booking about 6 to 8 months out in advance. So what was it within him that told him, and I'll tell you where angels come into this, what was it that told him to book an appointment with me that Friday morning at 11? I still remember the date, the time, everything, the month, all of it, simply because it made such an impact on me to be part of this guy's story. Because what was it that made him book that appointment? So that exactly 6-8 months later, I can sit there and say to this guy, you better phone your future wife. That's the one. And it makes me wonder, how much of a hit over the head did this guy need, where he literally needed a psychic to spell it out for him so that he would end up calling her, right? So that's what I mean about divine timing. Everything is in divine timing. So where do angels come into this? We all have a voice inside of us that talks to us nonstop, right? You can call that voice God, Buddha, Allah, your angels, your guides. There is something so much greater than you that has the answers because it has access to your book, to your story. We're all a book within a bigger book, right? Or a tapestry within a huge tapestry. And you have access to this information, the same way I do. I'm not the only psychic in the room, you guys. You are too. You just don't realize how connected you are. So tonight, I want to teach you guys the language of spirit, of your angels, of your guides, the big guy himself. Because, like I said, each and every one of us has access to this stream of information. I'm not special. I've just figured out how to listen. So that nudge that said, look on Patricia's calendar. Book that appointment in September. Go and see her. Who do you think that was? Was that coincidence? I think not. You have no idea how many people will call me or text me and go, oh my God, Patricia, I had an inkling to look on your website. Something told me to look on your website, and boom, you had a cancellation for the next day. That's how your angels talk to you. It feels like you talking to you. It feels like a nudge, but it's actually more than that. It's a conscious stream of information that you can actually turn up if you know that you're not just listening to yourself talking, right? So, your guardian angel that walks with you all the time is the closest voice to you. How do you hear it? Start talking to it. How do you communicate with your angels? Well, I'm going to show you that tonight because you're going to do it. You're going to have a conversation with your angels and actually feel their energetic signature. So this, when I talk about an energetic signature, everything in this universe has an energy, has its own unique vibration to it. Kind of like a thumbprint, a fingerprint. It's all unique based upon your DNA, your experiences, your likes, your dislikes, your illnesses, your strengths, all of it. What makes you you? It's not just your body. It's your body, mind, soul. It's the all of you, right? Well, all of you is what makes up the energetic signature. Well, Angels and guides also have an energetic signature. They are a living, breathing being that's just in another dimension from you, but only a whisper away. Understand that. Just because we can't see them does not mean that they're not there. It doesn't mean that they're not there. They absolutely are. It's just, what vibration are you in order to feel it? Because I'm going to tell you, it's hard to feel for an angel signature. If we're scattered, if we're go, if we're worried about this, worried about that, if our minds are not in direct alignment with who we want to hear from, we're not going to hear from them. And I can tell you that firsthand as a medium. So even with mediumship, how do I talk to your deceased loved one? Well, when I know their energetic signature, either through a photo, or I can close my eyes and start searching for their energetic signature, start looking within someone's book for their grandmother, their father, their mother, whoever's passed away. And then all of a sudden, I will start to see that person step forward. I will start to see what they looked like, what their personality felt like, even what they died of, and any messages that they want to send, because it's a vibration, right? It's part of their energetic signature. Well, angels also have an energetic signature, especially based on who they are and what they're here to do within this realm, because angels have a job. So your first one is your guardian angel, who never leaves your side, walks with you all the time. Some people, I've seen 8 guardian angels with them, and it's like, oh, who are you? Who are you that you need all this protection and that you need all this extra energy? I've seen that. I've also seen where angels change, where even with me, the angels that I used to feel around me, they're different. I'll feel them sometimes, and then I'll feel other different angels come in. And then I'll know that possibly I'm facing a different situation, or I'm going to be going through something different that needs that particular angel's vibration and their help. So I'll explain that. Each angel sits on a vibration and represent, how do I explain this? Their energy represents a bunch of different traits, kind of like you do, right? You're not just one trait, you're a bunch of different traits. And it's the bunch of different traits that make up that whole vibration of the angel, the energetic signature of the angel. So let's take Archangel Michael, for example. Archangel Michael, he's the protectorate angel. He's the one that comes in with the big sword and shield. And he's the one that you call upon if you want to do a space clearing, if you're scared or need to feel the strength and standing in your power. Archangel Michael is your angel. He also comes through. I see blues and purples when Archangel Michael is around. But it depends. It really depends on how you see them. Some people will just see little like sparkles out of the corner of their eyes. It's all in how we perceive them. But Archangel Michael is all about protection. So if we want to do a space clearing or protection of a property, he is the one to call upon. Archangel Raphael, he's the healing angel. So as a nurse, before I'd go to work, I'd be asking for his help and heal through me, work through me. Because understand that since they are a vibration, right, they can actually merge with our vibration so that their healing energy can actually work through your hands. Your angel's energy can work through you. Your body is the vessel that houses the spirit, right? So I always ask to be activated before I'd hit the floor as a nurse. With him, he's emerald green. I always see sparkly green whenever whenever he's around and whenever he's around to heal someone. So that's the healing angel. Archangel Gabriel, messenger of God. So with his energy, you can possibly see more oranges or yellows. His stone also that he vibrates with is citrine and copper. So Archangel Gabriel, messenger of God, for any psychics out there that want to align their words with the angelic realm, speak and be able to calibrate your words with the angelic realm, Archangel Gabriel will give you the words and the tones to be able to shift a room by using your voice. Archangel Uriel, angel of justice. And ironically, I was at Cake King yesterday and I ended up buying this. This is rutilated ruby, and it vibrates with Archangel Uriel's vibration. And when I saw it, it reminded me, for some reason it reminded me of Jesus actually. So that's why I bought it. It was like you could see a cross on the inside of it. But ruby is Archangel Uriel's stone. What else did I want to say about that? Gold, purple, and ruby is Archangel Uriel. But angel of justice. So if I'm working on a missing person case, guess who I'm going to call upon? Catherine said that the thing is glitching. I hope not. Please let me know, you guys, if anyone else is if the sound is glitching out at all. You good? Okay, thank you, Debbie. Thanks for being my sound check, you guys, because I never know on this end. But so as I was saying, if I'm working on a missing person case, I'll ask for Archangel Uriel's help in giving me clarity, so that justice can be served in a timely manner. Because you absolutely can ask for help from the angelic realm with anything. You want to take a test, and you can ask for your angel's help. Yeah, let me know, you guys, if it continues to glitch. I don't know if it's the speaker or what, but let's just pray that it keeps going. We'll ask for Archangel Gabriel, messenger of God, communication. Let there be no more glitches. Remove them from this transmission. And so it is. Okay, so Archangel Jophiel. Jophiel green fluorite. That is the stone that has that similar vibration to it. Because as you know, stones do have a vibration, and we can use them for our own vibration, to raise our vibration to what we need in that moment. So, for example, if we do need protection with Archangel Michael, tourmaline. Tourmaline will put, and an obsidian, that'll put you right in your shoes and bring on that force field that nothing can touch you with, right? So, Archangel Jophiel, inspiration, creativity, yellow, bright yellow is the color that I see around that angel. These are the archangels and their vibrations that I'm referring to. I can actually feel them all standing behind me around the pyramid. This is their pyramid. This is the pyramid of the archangels. And so yeah, this room will fill up when I start talking about them. And I know that in your home, wherever you guys are, trust me when I say you guys are going to feel them. When we invite them in, you will feel the force that's been always walking with you. So, Archangel Shemuel, if your heart is heavy, if you've just had a breakup, grief, if you're stuck in a state of grief, Archangel Shemuel will help to release that from your heart chakra. Pink tourmaline is the stone that tends to vibrate with that archangel. So if you want to draw them closer to you, these are These are the stones that will help raise your vibration so that you can operate clearer with them. And it isn't that it's helping them become clear to you. It's literally you and your vibration becoming clearer so that you can feel your angels, so that you can hear your angels. It's you that has the distortion in your field if you can't hear them. It's us that can get out of alignment and get staticky within our reception, right? So one more, Archangel Zadkiel. Archangel Zadkiel, lapis lazuli is, and I'm going to be honest, I don't work a whole lot with Archangel Zadkiel. My go-tos are usually Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel. Those are the ones that I call upon when I'm doing a meditation, when I need them to surround me. Those are the ones that I call upon. I put Archangel Michael in front of me, Archangel Gabriel behind me, Archangel Uriel beside me, and on the other side, Archangel Raphael. And then I'm ready to go. I've got my team. So we're going to do that tonight. We're going to activate that vibration within you, because I mean it when I say, if we can't hear spirit, it's because we're out of alignment, not them. We're always connected, but it's like a radio station. And think of when the radio goes out of tune, right? You start to hear that static. And then when you get closer to that actual station, you can hear it come in. And then when you lock into it, that's when you can really hear the music, right? That's what we want. We want to be able to hear the symphony. We want to become into alignment with it. So how do we do that? Well, we start by quieting our minds, by turning off the day and getting into that state of grace. Creating a sacred space for yourself to be able to do that would be really cool. I have 3 decks in my house, and my one side deck is my sacred meditation space where I have my beautiful Buddha fountain, I've got my candles and everything, and that's where I sit for my prayers and to have peace within my home. I've created a sacred space within my home. I suggest you guys do too. Because when we do that, it ripples throughout the whole house. It gives you a place to bring in that energy. You're welcoming it, right? So creating a space, a sacred space, is an excellent way to invite the divine into your home. But it doesn't matter where you are. You could be walking to work, walking to school. I remember in grade 3 walking to school, and I could feel angels all around me talking to me, but I couldn't see them. So I thought it was an imaginary friend. And that's the thing. Kids, I think, can actually see their angels. They can feel them. So it'll come across as an imaginary friend. I believe that could be deceased loved ones or their angels. Because I know mine. I know my guardian angel. I've known them since I was very young. And the one never changes. The one is always, always, always there. And I got to know them at a very young age by using my overactive imagination. Because you guys, that's what it feels like. It's not like I see angels walking through walls or dead people walking through walls or hear men's voices in my head, if I'm channeling someone's deceased father. It's not like that. It feels like I have opened up a book of memories, and I remember when they did that. I remember when they said this, and it just drops in. The words come, and then I repeat what I've been shown. I repeat the words that I've been told to say. And it just seems to line up. Everything just lines up with that person's life, and it's a beautiful message from the other side. Well, your angels talk to you that way as well. They will drop ideas in. They will give you a little nudge, or strengthen that inkling within you to say, no, don't do that. Those are your angels watching over you as well. I'll tell you a story about angels watching over me. And I know that this was my angels. So back, when was this? This was a few years ago now. I came home from work one day and I pull up in my driveway. I go to use my garage door opener to park the car in the garage, and the garage doesn't work. So I'm like, what the heck? So I go in the house to find that the electricity wasn't working. So I called my husband to ask, okay, has there been an outage? What's going on? He goes, go ask the neighbors if their electricity is out. So I go over, no, their electricity is working fine. It's just my house. So I call up NMAX, and after waiting on hold for half an hour, find out that they accidentally cut power to the wrong house. I lived in a brand new neighborhood and there was no numbers on the houses yet. So they cut off my power instead of the other power to the other house because people were getting ready to move in there and they were changing hands. So anyways, to cut a long story short, NMAX apologizes profusely, says, we're gonna have someone out within the hour to reconnect it. Well, I'm waiting, and nothing. Nobody comes. So I called the 24-hour line at about 9 o'clock at night, and I said, okay, someone was supposed to come out, reconnect my power, but no one did. And they said to me, we're really, really sorry. We've been so busy. I don't think anyone's gonna get to it tonight. Wake up in the morning and we'll have someone there by 8 a.m. So I get up nice and early. I'm waiting. And it's now about 9:30 a.m. So I called my husband and I said, okay, you got to come home and deal with NMAX because I got to go to work, right? I can't be late for work. So my husband comes up the driveway, and I'm just coming out of the house to meet him or to, leave for work. And he says to me, he goes, did you leave your car door open last night? I'm like, no. And so we go and look, and my car had been car prowled. The door was open just a little bit, but they had taken everything out of the glove box. But here was the weird thing, you guys. Nothing from my car was missing except for one thing. And I'm telling you, like, I had a silver chain in the console. I had change in the console. They didn't take any of that. You know what they took? They took my garage door opener. And the craziest thing is, had NMAX not accidentally cut my power off, not only would we have been car prowled, our house would have been broken into. And I was just floored. It was like, oh my Lord, do I ever have angels? I have never been car prowled. My house has never been broken into. For the first time in my life, my car is broken into or car prowled. I don't know. That's the thing. I must have accidentally left the door unlocked. I think I'm just so used to parking my car in the garage that I maybe didn't check to make sure it was locked, because they didn't bust any windows. They didn't bust the lock. And they didn't take anything except the garage door opener. So I know that my angels were looking out for us, because that could have been a very scary situation. And then to put the icing on the cake, which was so amazing, my son says to me, when I tell him what happened and stuff, he says to me, he goes, Mom, I can find it. He says, I find things in my dreams. I'll set an intention tonight when I go to sleep, and I'll be able to find it, Mom. You watch. So, I don't know, he sets an intention, goes to bed, wakes up in the morning, and literally walks up to it. Whoever it was that car prowled my vehicle, they left my car garage door opener sitting on top of Okay, so there's a 7-Eleven by my house with a car wash, and you know where you punch in the numbers in the car wash? It was sitting on top of that. And my son has to cut through that parking lot to take the, or he had to at the time, to get his bus. And it was sitting right there. So it's just amazing how our angels will look out for us. Totally amazing. And I've had numerous saved by the bell, things like that happen, you know, and even with car accidents, before I even get into a vehicle, I always ask for protection. I always do, because you never ever know, right? So not only does asking for protection give you protection, it raises your vibration. Because our angels have such a beautiful, beautiful high vibration that when they merge your energy, their energy with you, it's like this feeling of euphoria that comes over you. It's this feeling of peace and just utter contentment that is hard to describe. So when we do our meditation here in a little bit, I guarantee you're going to feel that. When you invite them in, they will let their presence be known, and you will feel it. Not necessarily see it unless you're looking at them with your third eye. Now back to that. Think of it this way. When you do ask for your angels to show themselves to you, why is it will you see what you see? Because instantly you'll get a face. You'll see how tall they are. You'll see what their hair color is. You'll see the physical manifestation within your mind's eye of what your angels look like and what they resonate with. You'll see it. So just be open. Just remain open to the experience, and they will come. So I had a couple questions from Suzanne. Suzanne, who sent me an email before the class. And she asked me, she says, why don't we feel our angels? Well, I'll tell you. When we're out of alignment with that high, with those highest realms, when we're sitting in a state of fear, or our energy is off, we're not going to feel it. It's kind of like if we're distracted, we're not going to see what we're actually looking for, right? If we're tuned in, it's kind of like when you go to buy, we'll say, a red car. All of a sudden, you're interested in your red car. That's all you're going to see is all the red cars. It's not necessarily because you're manifesting red cars. It's because you've brought your attention to that red car. You've put your intention into seeing and noticing those red cars, if you catch my drift. So if we set the intention to walk with our angels, to feel our angels, to hear our angels, oh, you guys, they will let their presence be known. 100% they will. So when we don't feel them, it's because we're sitting in a different state, that we're not on the same vibration as them. Usually when we're super relaxed, like before we're falling asleep or meditating, that's when we're going to feel the most. We're going to feel our loved ones on the other side. We will literally feel the presence of our angels with us, but we have to be in that heightened sense of awareness in order to feel their vibration. And then Suzanne asked, why don't I hear them? But you do. You do hear your angels. You do hear your angels. It's just a matter of, did you know that's them? So when you're talking to yourself and you're answering yourself, who do you think is actually answering you? Do you actually think it's you? Do you actually think it's you? Because let me let you in on a little secret. It's not. It's not. That voice inside of your head, that voiceless voice, the voice of your thoughts, the voice of your desires, that voice of your consciousness, is not just yours. It's mixed in with a whole bunch of other voices. the voice of God, your angels, your loved ones, your guides. It can also be in alignment with the voice of entities, demonic entities. I'm just going to say that because guess what, you guys? As above, so below. That stuff actually exists. It's out there. And it's more prevalent than ever out there right now. The amount of spiritual attacks that are happening within society, it's literally like the demons have been unleashed. So this is where we come in by keeping our vibrations high, because nothing has authority over you unless you give it. And I mean that. Nothing has authority over you in the spirit world. Nothing. So when you know your power, you know your strength, and you know who works through you and with you, nothing can mess with you. Nothing can stick with you. I always question the voice of the spirits that I hear, especially if they sound negative, because I'm at the point in my life, I don't talk negative to myself. I don't. I know better. I used to have severe depression and anxiety. Where do you think depression comes from? It's the shitty committee that never shuts up. Well, guess what? Those voices that you think are yours running yourself down, it isn't. That can be, I call them Klingons, or a feedback loop, because it literally feels like a feedback loop of negative energy or negative thoughts that never seem to shut up. So how do you turn that off? Well, I pray. I do. I pray a lot, actually. When I'm not talking, I'm usually praying. And you guys, I think it's so important that we bring prayer back. I really do. And you can call it what you want. It's just, we need help on this earth. We really do. And prayer is the quickest, fastest way to get it. It really is. Because there are so many other dimensions that are available to us. But if we don't know what's there, if we don't know our options, we're never going to utilize their services. So that's why I think it's really cool that you guys have joined in on a class like this, so that you can know what tools are readily available at your disposal. Because there's so many spiritual tools. Okay, where was I? I was talking about why don't I hear them? You do. So start paying attention to the bounce back voice that is answering your questions. You may have heard me mention this before in other classes, but the Bible verse that really stood out to me and I don't know, stayed with me was, before you will have asked, I will have already answered. And where that comes in is, in the Bible, basically Jesus is telling the disciples, okay guys, they're going to crucify me, right? But I will be back. And in the meantime, you will know that I'm around you. You'll know. And so the disciples ask, well, how are we going to know? And he says, the voice of Spirit, the voice of the Holy Spirit, before you will have asked, I will have already answered. Now let's take out the religious connotation to that. Let's take out the word Jesus for a second. If I offended anybody who's not Christian, sorry, didn't mean to, but this is what I grew up knowing, right? Or learned, this is how I learned. Take away the religious connotation. It's the voice of your intuition. It's still that voice that will guide you and is always right. When you ask, you will receive an answer. Sometimes you may not like the answer that you receive, or you might question the answer that you receive, but you will receive an answer because your intuition is connected to the divine. So what does that answer feel like or sound like? Well, for an example, if you're running around and you're in a hurry and you're looking for your keys, and before you're like, where are my keys? Well, before you get to the question mark, you hear someone going, they're on the table, check the table. And boom, there's your keys, they're on the table. Who was that little voice that cut out the 5 minutes so that you wouldn't be late for your job interview? You know what I mean? Or so you weren't late getting out the door. What was that voice? I truly believe it's that connection that we all have. So pay attention to the bounce back voice that answers your questions like this. Before you get to the question mark, you will already have an answer. That's the voice you want to listen to. That's the one right there. That's the voice of spirit. So that's what it sounds like. You're not going to hear it with your auditory ears, not outside of you. I mean, some people do. Some people do. And actually, you know what? I should mention that as I fall asleep, I have heard voices as I'm going through those different realms and I'm falling asleep. It's kind of like changing the radio station and hearing it, and then you go to listen to it and it's gone. I'm sure there's a lot of people that, yeah, I'm not the only one that has heard voices as you're falling asleep, and it's literally because you're dipping into different realms as you're falling asleep. You're letting your consciousness go. So that's the only other time, but they're always there. So Suzanne also asked, why don't I sense them or see them? Well, here's the thing. They are operating on a much different level, different realm of existence. So when you feel them, it will feel like a tingle when they come near. So when I see someone's angel whispering in their ear, or even with me, when I know an angel is right up close to me, like sticking their face in my ear, whispering something, it actually, like my ear will start ringing, and it'll feel like tinnitus, but it's not tinnitus. What it is your guides and your angels are a vibrational frequency. When you're out of your body, you are a frequency. Well, your body is its own frequency, but so is your soul. And so when they're talking to us through those realms and coming close to us without a body, it's going to sound like a frequency. It's going to sound like a high-pitched tone. And that's because that's the frequency that they're operating on. So you'll hear it. You'll also sometimes feel a pressure on your ear, or like it goes in and out almost. That happens when I have my angel close to my ear. And when I hear that ringing, I know to just stop, drop, and listen. What am I supposed to, what's being brought to my attention in this moment? And and usually I get my answer right quick when it has my attention and I start asking questions. So it really has nothing to do with being closed off, closed-minded. Well, maybe a little bit. If you're not open to it, guess what? They're still going to be there. You still have access to them, and they'll be waiting there for you when you do decide to open your mind and open your heart. So let me just make sure that, we still have lots to talk about before we meditate. So we'll do that in a few more minutes. So I wanted to say, so how do you get into alignment with them? Be present. The more present that you are, the more hyper aware you are of your surroundings and of your body, you can start to feel the energetic shift that happens within a room when your angels enter. There is a difference. It's kind of like, for any parents out there who had their young child sneak into their bedroom in the middle of the night and stand there staring at them, and you just kind of startle awake, but you could feel the presence of someone standing there even though they didn't say anything or touch you. It feels like that. It feels like an energetic shift when they enter the room. The other thing they'll do is they'll start bringing your awareness to numbers. Angels love numbers. They love giving signs through numbers, and I'll tell you why. Because every number has a particular vibration. Every vibration has a realm of information attached to it, right? So 1111 is an angel number. It's an angel messenger number. 222, 333, 444. When you're seeing numbers repetitively, whether it's on license plates or clocks, you'll start to see it even in addresses. Yeah, those are your angels getting your attention. So the greatest thing to do is go online and look up spiritual meaning of 1111, spiritual meaning of 555, whatever the number is that's repeating in front of you. Sometimes they'll even use a combination of mixed numbers. When that happens, we'll say 3417 is a number that you keep seeing all the time. That is a combination of different vibrations. So it's almost like 4 different things happening within one combination. Yes, Steve, Joanne Scribe's Angel Numbers. That's an excellent book to be able to look up your angel numbers. She's got a book as well as a website. So yeah, thank you for that, Steve. Okay, so, that's what I was going to say about the combination. So we'll say 3417. Even as I think of that number, I can feel the different vibrations of each number and see the colors of it. So I have something called synesthesia where I see my letters and numbers and colors, and so I can literally feel the difference between a 3 and a 7. So yeah, I know that that's one of the reasons why they'll talk to us in numbers. It's because there's so much information behind a number that it's easy for them to be able to get you a message if you know how to look and decode them. So decode your angel numbers when you see them. Probably the best, most descriptive way of me feeling my angels is it feels like goosebumps. It feels like tingling. And I'll usually get a tingle that starts at the base of my neck and goes right up my scalp, right to the crown of my head when my angel's right next close to me. I also get an overwhelming sense of euphoria and joy and peace. And it's almost like someone wrapping you in a warm hug or a warm blanket. That's what I would say angels feel like to me. They can also have fluttery energy. I've heard that in the background of recordings before, where you can literally hear their angel wings fluttering. If you guys want to have an amazing angelic experience on your own, you need to look up the song Fly by Jason Upton, Upton. Fly by Jason Upton. So this song, this guy was or is a musician, and he's a Christian musician. And when he was on stage in front of like 700 people, they were doing a concert, and he had a solo part where it was just him on stage. And all of a sudden, this young kid points at the stage and says, "There's a huge 11-foot angel." I think he said 11 foot, something like that. Angel standing behind Jason Upton. And all of a sudden, you could hear a harmony of angels singing with this guy on stage. You could literally hear it. You could hear their angel wings fluttering, and it was a live concert. So anyways, they did a big special on, I think it was Larry King Live, interviewed Jason Upton to ask about it because there were so many people who witnessed it and felt it. So if you want to have an experience where you can actually feel and hear genuine angels, I suggest that you listen to that song with headphones by yourself. It's about a 13-minute song. It'll change you. It'll change you. I highly doubt you'll have a dry eye by the end of that song. It's an experience. It's not just something to listen to. So when you're ready to have that earth-shattering experience, listen to Fly by Jason Upton. Okay, the other thing that I need to say is we need to raise our vibrations. That's one of the biggest things that we need to do on a daily basis. not just so that we can feel our angels and, talk to our loved ones in spirit. It isn't just that. We need to raise our vibration so that we can get clear. When you get clear, when you raise your vibration and come from a place of clarity, you stop taking the wrong turns. You stop doing business with people that don't belong in your life. You can start to feel truth at the core of your being. And that is what you need to be resonating at, especially in this new world that is unfolding before us. Because, it's changing. Like I was saying at the beginning, we've jumped timelines. So to navigate this new timeline, the greatest thing that you can do is raise your vibration through meditation, through prayer, through asking your angels every single day for their protection, their guidance, and their love. So I'm going to just ask if there's any questions really quick before we go and do our meditation and I introduce you to your angels. Any questions on what I've said so far? I'll just give you a second. And if not, okay, let's do this, you guys. So I want you to lay back, get into a comfortable position, close your eyes, and just begin to become consciously aware of your breath. I want you to feel it moving in and out of your body. Just become aware of any sensations, any tightness. And I want you to just exhale out all stress, all blockages, simply leaving on the exhale. And I want you to just scan your body, beginning with the crown of your head. Just slowly go down and notice where you're holding any tightness. When you find a spot, just take a nice deep breath and cleanse that area. Scanning your arms, your chest, your belly, your legs, and all the way down to your feet. Just feel where you're at and where your body is resonating. Now I want you to open your eyes and take a look around the room that you're in. What's in front of you? What's beside you? Maybe turn around and look at what's behind you. Just notice. Now close your eyes again. And in your mind's eye, I want you to see the room that you are in. What did you just look at? In your mind's eye, look around the room with your eyes closed. Looking to the left and to the right. Look in front of you and behind you. But keep your eyes closed as you look around the room. I want you to see yourself and where you are. And I want you to feel the energy of the room. Feel where the furniture sits on the floor. Feel and see the pictures on the wall and the door leading out to the hallway. I want you to feel your environment through your third eye. Take another big, deep breath in. And as you exhale out, I want you to just relax into this moment. Just feel yourself and where you are. Now bringing your awareness to your heart. Let's begin by opening our hearts to the divine will, the ultimate will. Let us open our hearts to our guardian angels. And in your mind's eye, and with an open heart, I want you to ask your guardian angel to step forward and to allow you to feel their energy and to see them within your mind's eye. Notice what they look like. Notice where they stand. There's one guardian angel standing and coming forward with you within your room. I want you to feel where they stand. Looking to your left, looking to your right. In your mind's eye and with your eyes closed, I want you to see where your guardian angel stands. I want you to feel for the energetic shift that takes place in the space around you when they come in. And if it is hard to feel or see your angel, I want you to imagine a dial floating right in front of you. A dial like on a radio. But this dial is for clarity, for perfect alignment with your broadcast system. So I want you to see that dial cranked all the way to 10. In your mind's eye, put your hand out and turn up that dial, asking for the greatest level of clarity. So that you may know without a shadow of a doubt who your angels are. So in the area around you, feel where they stand. And when you find their energetic signature, I want you to notice, what do they look like to you? What color is their hair? What color is their light? What colorful vibration did they come in on? Ask them to introduce themselves to you. Noticing the color of their eyes, their height, and what they're wearing. As you invite them into your sacred space, feel the energy begin to fill the room just from one angel. Now let's expand that awareness by asking all of your guardian angels to come, to form a circle around you. Ask and ye shall receive. Now as you begin to look through your third eye again at the beautiful angelic beings that have entered your room, look around you with your eyes closed. Look around. And if it is hard to feel their energetic signature, use that dial and turn it up. Let that be your signal to show Spirit you need clarity. Notice any colors that you see. Notice how your body feels in their presence. Let's go on a little healing journey to the highest realm, the archangels. In your mind's eye, as you see yourself completely surrounded by guardian angels, I want you to see what they look like. Feel their words upon your heart. So in your mind's eye, and with an open heart, let us ask our guardian angels to take us on a healing journey and show us exactly what we need to know. Show us how to heal our mind, body, and soul. So as you sit or lie down, I want you to see a beautiful hand of light extended out to you. And in your mind's eye, I want you to take their hand. As you take a big, deep breath and expand your lungs. As you exhale out, I want you to feel yourself begin to float. Begin to leave all of your earthly worries behind. Setting the intention to get to know your angels better. To develop that stronger, most beautiful connection, so that you know with clarity what they're trying to say. So take the hand before you and begin to rise up. With every breath, becoming lighter and lighter. See yourself as you rise up through the roof. And as you reach the sky, I want you to see the buildings and the houses below you. And see that circle, that team of angels that you have called upon. See them surround you, lifting you higher and higher with every breath. Begin to feel weightless. Completely dissolving all worries, cares, and concerns. You simply untie the bind between you and anything that weighs you down. Just allow yourself to continue to rise higher and higher. High above the clouds and the earth's atmosphere. The weightlessness of outer space. Look around you and see the stars, the other galaxies far off in the distance. And see who has brought you to this place beyond space and time. See the huge wingspan of your guardian angels. And as you float in this place of peace, let us ask our guardian angels, let us ask our guardian angels to open up the angelic realm for us to experience, for us to calibrate ourselves with. So off in the distance, I want you to see a beautiful shimmering orb with the colors of the rainbow beginning to come closer, closer and closer, until you see that it is a beautiful vortex of brilliant light connecting you to the angelic realm. So see yourself floating over to this open doorway between worlds. And allow your angels to welcome you into their space. So allow yourself to walk through to the other side. And seeing through your third eye, look around. What do you see? This is a beautiful world. A world of paradise and perfect health. A world filled with guardian angels, with beautiful crystal waters and golden beaches. This realm is paradise. And your guardian angel cannot wait to show you around. So I want you to hold their hand and allow them to take you to see and experience their healing vibrations. Allow yourself to move into the scene that is unfolding before you. Allow your mind to see your angels. Within this realm, there's a sacred healing space just for you. So I want you to allow your guardian angel to take you to your healing chamber. to lie down. And allow them to realign your energy, to raise your vibration, to become more attuned to their wisdom. Aligning yourself with divine time. With the words of your angels. They can be felt. So go ahead and in your mind's eye, ask them a question. What would you like to know? And I want you to feel for that voice of wisdom that will immediately start answering you. Where does your body, mind, or soul need healing? While you are in the realm of the archangels, let us ask them to heal you. So I want you to see their beautiful hands of light moving over your body and your field of energy. And allow them to remove all distortions from your field, to dissolve all illnesses from your body. Just look around and see where this healing is taking place. Notice the images that are pressed into your mind's eye. When you're ready, take a big deep breath and wrap that beautiful energy into your field, into your body, all the way into your cells. And let's seal it with a golden light. Let's lock in our healing and what we have shifted here tonight. Breathing in, I want you to feel that light, beautiful, healing energy begin to lift you back up angelic realm, in your healing space. Feeling yourself begin to float high above this beautiful serenity, place of angels, a place of peace. But you may always return whenever you are guided to do so. You have access, full access to the realms of angels. All you have to do is ask. Take a nice, big, deep breath and feel yourself come back into your body. And before you open your eyes, I want you to look with your eyes closed. Look around the room again and feel for the energetic signature of where your angels stand. Notice what they feel like, any colors you see around them. Feel their words and their presence. Ask for their name. You can ask them anything, and they will answer. So with a heart full of love, let's just bring our hands to our chest and feel that connection, that recalibration, the clarity, beautiful clarity that we have gained here tonight. You can always return to and connect with them again. And so it is. So, I would love to hear what you guys felt or heard when when we did that little mini meditation. I would love to know if you guys got any names of your angels. I hope we didn't cut out and that everybody can still hear me. But yeah, I would love to know your experience. Yay, Brandon says Uriel, Gabriel, and Michael. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I always feel them with me as well. And then I'll get in different angels from time to time, ones that I've never met before, and that's what I mean. Like, there's so many of them, you guys. I think it also depends on what we're going through, because like I said, the vibration of Archangel Raphael and what he does, and how he feels and how he comes in on, is just a completely different sensation, different experience than, we'll say, Archangel Michael. So Debbie, Michael, Jonathan, and Anastasia, beautiful. Sonia says, still feeling the chills. Tingles on my right side, beautiful. And I forgot to mention that. Thank you, Debbie, for mentioning that. Angels can be felt, especially coming in on the right side. And yeah, that's where I will feel it all down the back of me. Although I didn't hear any names, I felt tingle in my hands and my left side. Very cool, Monica. Ishmael and Mariella. Ooh, very cool, Katie. Very cool. Yeah, those are some very, very powerful names. Like, I can literally feel the vibration of those angels that you just mentioned. So yeah, you walk with some very, very enlightened beings. It's beautiful, beautiful. I also saw our two hands holding, and I was tearing a little bit. Yeah, it can get quite emotional when you realize, like, you guys, it may feel like you're using your imagination, but you're not. It becomes a visceral experience, one that you can actually feel and hear. So I'm so glad that you guys were able to experience this with me tonight. Rosalie, is it possible to have family members as angels? No, those are two different realms. So family members are, as you know, people who have walked with us on this side of things. Some angels have never been in a body before, some have, but a lot of them haven't. Their job is strictly to help, to heal, to watch, to kind of police, the energies that are going on in the ethers around us. But no, family members will still be family members. And when they pass away, they're still them. They are still them. So if they had a funny personality, a snarky personality, they're still them. You'll still feel them as them on the other side. And yes, family members absolutely can walk with us. It's just, and they do walk with us. It's just a matter of, can we feel it, right? Do we know it? The other thing I wanted to mention, how do you contact your loved ones in spirit? Literally project your consciousness to them. When I'm focusing on someone's loved one, literally their energetic signature is what I need to search for and lock into in order to hear their words. Well, you know what your loved one's energetic signature feels like, looks like. You know your loved one. So the minute you even think of them, it draws them to you immediately. If I even think of your loved one, it draws them to me immediately. So yeah, bring them in by literally just feeling them. Feel for them, ask for them, and you'll feel your loved ones in spirit come forward as well. Debbie says, when I smell cigarette smoke, I always think it's my mom and I say hello. Oh, that is so awesome. That is so awesome. Yeah, you can actually smell them too. And I will say, you guys, from what spirit has shown me, there is smoking up in heaven. There's a lot of people that really love their cigarettes. And yeah, I've seen a lot of spirit come through smelling like smoke or showing me. I even had one lady say, tell my granddaughter there's bingo in heaven. There's bingo in heaven. She was so thrilled that there was bingo in heaven. And I'm thinking, wow, they really incorporate everything that we love in this realm. So yes, there is so much more out there. You know, like it says in the Bible, in my Father's mansion there, or in my Father's kingdom, there are many mansions. So I think that there's a whole lot out there. I think it's beyond our wildest dreams. I really do. So I just realized the time, so I probably should cut this and bring it to an end. But is there any other questions that you guys want me to answer, or anything that you need clarity on? No? Okay. Well, I am sending you so much love, and I hope that you all guys had a chance to experience your angels, to feel their vibrations. Brandon says, I didn't see a face. Sometimes you won't. Sometimes you won't. Sometimes you'll catch a glimpse of their eyes or their hair color. Sometimes they just literally look like pillars of light and pillars of color. I've seen that as well. So it really depends on how we're perceiving them. But yeah, they're definitely there, and they'll make themselves be known. Ask to see their face next time, and you'll see them. So I thank you guys so much. Take care, and I will hopefully see you guys at my next meditation or my next class. Oh, and before you go, I just wanted to mention I am doing my Quantum Psychic course. Quantum Psychic, remote viewing the matrix. Quantum Psychic remote viewing the matrix. If you haven't been in that class with me before, it's an all-inclusive. It is a 4-part series that goes every Wednesday from 7 to 8:30, so same time as tonight, starting on May 25th. And I include everything in there. We have tons of exercises, homework for you to do during the week, things to help you tune in, special frequencies that I share with you guys. I show you everything that I know in these 4 classes. I pack in so much flippin' information, and then it's up to you guys to practice. So I hope that you guys will join me. It's $111.11 for all 4 classes, so I think that that's a pretty good deal. But yeah, hope you will join me, because I know each and every one of us is psychic. It's just the more you know, the more you practice, the more you start to live in that realm, it becomes a part of your day-to-day life, and it's like this. You can pull information from the matrix super easy. So let me show you how to do it. So I hope you'll join me May 25th at 7 o'clock. God bless you guys. Take care.